All right, we're live. All right, so today is episode 7. How is everybody? Welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing? Our week was good, good. How are you doing? So, I wanted to show a couple of paintings first, and we're going to get right into them and demonstrate the dirty pour technique today. And so, I have my fluid acrylics already all set up. And so, this is like a beginner paint pour series for those that are new or listening to the playback. So what I have here is a 16 by 20-inch canvas. I wanted to show you guys how beautifully this beach pour dried, but it's 16 by 20. How are you doing, Janice? We're doing really well. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here. I actually got out this morning. I don't go anywhere. I'm still at home self quarantining. So it was nice to actually get out and about. But yeah, this is 16 by 20. I wanted to show you guys how it dried. It's one of my favorite beach pours I've done recently. It's kind of big to get into the whole shot. But yeah, this one's on my Etsy. And then I wanted to show how this one dried. So this one was from last week's live stream where we did a flip cup technique. Let me set that one aside. So as you can tell, it did move a little bit. We did have kind of a hummingbird. Let me move it over just a tiny bit so you can see. So when I poured this, we had more of the beak of the hummingbird. His little beak did slide off, but I see new birds have popped up when it slid off a little bit. But this one has dried really beautifully as well. And this one is a 16 by 20. This was from last week's live stream, and it was 4 flip cups. So I did a quadruple flip cup on this one. Just some nice neutrals, browns, teals, blues, a little bit of turquoise, but it really dried nice and bright and beautiful. I wanted to show how this dried from last week. This one is not in my Etsy yet. It's still drying a little bit. I usually wait until they're completely what you call cured. So a fluid acrylic takes about 3 to 4 weeks. If it's everything is really depending also on like your environment at home, how hot it is, how cold it is, the seasons, and humidity, of course, makes a big, huge difference. So for us, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. And that's, your painting will be dry, but what they talk about is cured. And so it's then ready for varnish and everything because it's still what they call off gassing and really drying completely and curing for several weeks. So I wait 3 to 4 weeks of dry time. So this is a week ago. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You had beautiful weather there too. Awesome. Good. So this week we're going to do 6 by 6 inch tiles, a whole bunch of 6 by 6 inch tiles. And this is, we're going to do the dirty pour technique. And I'm going to explain a whole bunch of different tips and tricks on that one. So I'm going to set that one aside, but that was a 16 by 20 inch. And that's from last week. So today we're just going to do, I have 8 6 by 6 inch tiles. So that's what we're going to do today. And, but yeah, so, sorry, I knocked over the water. I wanted to make sure it was, but we're good. We're good. I was a little bit distracted. I wasn't sure if it was getting everywhere. But hey, artsy fartsy lover, Stacy, how are you doing? So we're going to do dirty pour, and I'm going to show, like last week I showed a little bit of where you can just subtle different differences, the way you layer your paint. You can do it with negative space. So I'm going to show, just like I showed with the flip cup, the way you can change up your dirty pour. So I'm just reusing my cups, these handy ones from the Dollar Tree. So how are you, Stacy? Beautiful, beautiful weather here. We actually had the door open, getting some nice flow, some nice fresh air. I closed it now just really because of noise. If we get neighbors or something, it's such a beautiful day. There's a lot of neighbors out doing their yards and all that, so it can get loud. So we're going to do a variety of colors, a variety of different stuff. So I'm going to first start with just basic dirty pour. So I've got this cup, I'm just reusing it, and I'm going to layer some paint in there. I've got some plum, and I've got some navy. Hi, Eminem. It's chilly. Oh, 58's chilly. It's probably about 58, 60 here as well. And we're a beautiful day here. We actually went to Lowe's this morning. It's coming up on a year since I have really been out and about. In 1 year, I've been to the bank, to like my mom's front yard, the bank a couple times, to the Dollar Tree once, and for rides. We do go on little rides here and there, but not like out in public and stuff. But we've gone for quite a few rides, and that's it. So this morning we went to Lowe's. We went just to the outdoor section to get some plants and some potting soil and start getting ready. We do kind of some container gardening here. And so I grabbed a couple of house plants. I used to have a lot of house plants, but then after when I got really sick, a lot of them just didn't make it through all that. And so now I'm starting to collect up houseplants again. So it's really nice. So it's 57 here today, Mike says. Mike's really a weather buff, if you guys didn't know. He loves the weather. So he always knows what's happening with the weather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this one and then I'll move it after that. So we'll just keep pouring in the center here. So let me know if you guys have any questions. So I just did a variety of, I had some turquoise, some plums, some navy blue, some violet, permanent violet, cheap paint, cheap brand. And all my paint is mixed up the same. It's got Floetrol. This navy was the only one that has silicone. And so I'm going to show real quick. So a dirty pour, the technique of a dirty pour is just, you are literally just layering it in the cup. So this is called your dirty cup. So then you could flip it or anything, and then it becomes a flip cup technique. But this is your dirty cup, and this is a dirty pour when you're just pouring it down. So you can pour it like straight. This one we're going to go diagonal. So you can pour diagonal on your canvas. You can pour having some negative space. You can pour, you don't have to go in lines. We're going to go in here in a minute, just all over. But here's the first one. We just went diagonal, straight, back and forth, back and forth. So these are, I'm not sure the ounces on these. I think these are 2-ounce cups with a 6 by 6 inch tile. Want some yeah, I would love an air plant, but how would I get that? But yeah, my air plant actually died recently, and we just priced some air plants this morning. I got to show you though what I got this morning. I'll tilt this in just a minute. But look at this little guy. It's so little. I was so excited to find this. It was kind of spendy for the size it is, but I was okay with that. I think I'm going to put it right here in my little studio, my little art area. But he is little. I mean, this is next to my hand. It's so little and cute. I just could not pass him up. But we also got some raspberry bushes. We already have blueberries, so we thought raspberries would be a good addition to our blueberries. So I'm doing my L, putting it right here to the side, tilting, 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 kind of back to the center, helping the corner a bit, back to center a tiny bit, and then off to this other edge. And all my paint is mixed with Floetrol. we've been doing this weekly live series, and I did do a lesson a couple weeks ago, I think about 3 weeks ago, and that one was all about how I mix my paint. I did one about pouring mediums. I've done one about silicone. So we've gone over many different things. All right, let me wipe my hands off. Hey, H7, how are you doing? Yeah, we were just looking at air plants earlier today. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. I have not gone out in public. I mean, in almost a year, except for my, the bank, the one incident. Oh, I went to the Dollar Tree just in early December, and that's it. So it's just weird to get back out there, but I'm just doctor's orders, got to do what I got to do. But so yeah, we went to Lowe's this morning and looked at plants. So that's what we were discussing. Isn't it precious? It's the cutest little plant, little tiny plant. But hey, H7, at the beginning of this live stream, I showed that painting from last week and how it has dried. It really not dried nicely. A little bit of stretching on some of the edges, but that was to be expected. Very happy right now. Awesome, awesome, good. So that's always good to hear. We have some good variety here, and that's what I like to see a lot of times. I mean, it depends on the look you're going for. We have some big, huge cells, and then we have some nice little tiny cells. And honestly, not everybody does it this way. Some people add silicone to every one of their colors. I like to do it where I only have one or two colors where I have silicone. And I kind of get this more of a variety and not, this one, I mean, is a bit busy for if it was a bigger piece, but it's nice because it's a smaller piece. This is just a 6 by 6 inch tile. And what I've been doing with these is I've been just coating them with polyacrylic, like 3 or 4 coats of polyacrylic, and then putting a hanger on the back and making them into like art tiles to hang on the wall. So, yeah. Oh, so all night. Oh, I bet it was very freezing, H7, all night without power. Oh, yes, I can imagine. So I bet you are excited to have your power back. Oh, yeah. In our area, it wasn't nearly as bad as like Texas and some of the areas, but we thankfully personally didn't lose power, but for just a little bit. But like down in Oregon, a lot of people lost power for like 11, 12 days during this last like pretty large snowstorm we had a couple weeks ago. It was crazy. I felt so bad for all those people. So I feel bad for everyone that lose. I mean, a couple hours is always doable, but when you're getting like overnight, then it's like, oh gosh, I feel bad. And, start to worry about food spoilage and stuff like that and freezers. And so it's always terrible when it goes for many, many hours. So, all right, so there we go. Let me get that one off to the side. Then we're going to grab the next one. So, okay, we did diagonal on that one. This next one we're going to just kind of go at random all over the place. So let me get another cup, and I'm just reusing cups, but not reusing, they're nice and dry in there. So luckily when the power goes out, yeah, it's so cold actually there to keep stuff somewhat cold. So that's good at least. But room temperature being only 41, that's not good either. So we're going to do a variety of kind of some blues in this one, kind of some turquoise, some different blues. I think I am going to throw some, maybe, I'm trying to decide. I think we'll throw a little bit of burnt umber, some brown in there. So that was how you can just do a dirty pour and go diagonally. You can, I mean, there's so many just subtle little things you can do to change it up that'll make quite a difference in the look. And then we'll do some more controlled dirty pours where I'm going to do a sunset and a beach and some things like that. So what we have here is the same color, the navy. This is actually Apple Barrel's real navy, and it has our silicone in it. I'm going to put just a tad bit more of that burnt umber. They're all mixed the same with Floetrol. So now I'm going to just pour it just kind of at random all around. So that last one, I don't even remember. I don't think I even torched it. And we got major like cell action. So that's kind of nice too. We do again have quite a bit of cell action. And that gives you more organic. You know, last time I just went back and forth. This you just kind of randomly around. And again, the same way, just tilting out to the sides. Back a tiny bit to the center. So these art tiles, I have been loading them into actually a new shop. My Etsy shop, I'm going to change it just to like the beach pours and beachy looking stuff. The Whimsy Creek Boutique on Etsy. Mike, if you would like to put that link up, Whimsy Creek Boutique, I have put everything in the shop on sale for 10% off because I'm trying to clear it out to make room for new stuff. I have a lot of new art in mind, and it's just easier to sell off as much as we can. And then I'm going to split it up into two shops. So the one shop will have just all kinds of paint pours in all kinds of different colors. And then my main shop, that is the Whimsy Creek Boutique, that link, that is going to just have like beach looking stuff, paint pours on jewelry box that are beachy, beach artwork, and it's still going to be all paint pours and fluid acrylics, jewelry boxes. I have mask hangers. I have light switch covers, but everything is on sale right now so we can clear it out because we're getting lots of art. So I do see a couple bubbles here. But as soon, I'm going to have it all split up into multiple shops. At least two. Yeah, at the very, very beginning of this live stream, I showed it. I think I can show it again. I just don't want to get it into this. It really would be hard. I can take a couple of pictures of it right after this live stream and send you a couple of pictures. But yeah, I showed it at the very beginning of this live stream. And it's not listed yet. I wait a couple weeks till they're fully dried. So if you're interested, you would have first dibs and everything. It's not on Etsy yet at all. I was waiting until it completely dries. Okay, it's kind of funny because my husband is a house painter, so we have access to quite a discount on house paint and everything. I've used a little bit of house paint. I've actually picked some of the untinted base here recently so I can work on my bloom technique. But I don't usually use house paint. I use mainly just regular old acrylics, and I put them with Floetrol. I pretty much, 95, 98% of the time, and I use mainly the cheap brand. This is my go-to paintings. Oh, awesome. You're rewatching it now. I wasn't sure. Sometimes you can rewatch it during the stream. Sometimes you got to wait for it to load to YouTube. It's kind of weird. It's different sometimes. So this is also the Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. I know I hate them as an actual company, but they have amazing paints. These are really good paints. But I know I don't. I hate supporting stuff like that, but they do have good paint. So all right, so we've gone diagonal. We've gone just all around. So now I'm going to go ahead and do one with some negative space. So today we're going to use this. This is Apple Barrel's Summer Sky. It's a really pretty, beautiful blue. And let me know if sometimes I miss telling you all the colors. Let me know if there's a certain color you were like, hey, what was that color? I'll try to remember. Some of them I have mixed up, like it's a little bit of this brand and this color, and it's a little bit of that. So some are, custom mixed, and some are, but a lot of them are regular. Just this one is Apple Barrel Summer Sky, which is, I think, one of their newer ones. Fairly new, maybe about 6 months or so, at least to my stores. Yeah, I thought it was a setting, but for some reason, it sometimes you don't usually have to go into like every stream and set it up that way. Sometimes it does though go off, and I thought I had it permanently set up to do that, but every once in a while it acts up and does its own thing, I popped a couple of bubbles and it just like literally just popped the bubbles and left a hole of paint. That was kind of funny. And there's no silicone in this. And this is going to be, we're going to do with a little bit of negative space there. So we're going to put, oh, okay. Mike knows a lot more about the paints and stuff. I know that when he does house painting, which Mike hasn't, because of my immune system, the doctors have suggested Mike not even work. So Mike hasn't worked for almost a year doing his painting. We're starting other businesses and other ventures and stuff because it's, we waited and waited to see if everything would turn around. And so the doctors are just suggesting that even Mike, has to quarantine because he can't bring it home to me because I have zero immune system, like zero. So, but yeah, Mike uses some paint that's formulated for the Northwest that is a low VOC or no VOC. So, but he would probably know more about consistency and such for that sort of stuff. So here we're going to do, I'm literally going to give it like a whoop, whoop, little mix. And so, but yeah, since we've started a new thing, a new little venture. And I know Stacy actually, I believe, has a similar venture going, but Mike got a 3D printer. So we have started printing split cups. And so we started a new Etsy shop as well with 3D printed stuff. We just have the split cups in there right now. But so due to, my health and my immune system, Mike's decided to see about starting some new ventures and new jobs here at home. And so we've started that and some graphic design and some different stuff to try to, since it's hard to get out in the world and because of the whole quarantine. So yeah, that sky blue, that's a good one, and that's just a Walmart brand. So yeah, and I believe that Stacy has a 3D printer as well. So But that's going to be Mike's new venture. And so we've got a few things loaded onto Etsy. He can share the link if you want to. But so here is with a negative space. And so I just kind of and so that's kind of a dirty pour as well, because it's all matters because it's called a dirty pour because you're just layering it in the cup. See, this would be called the dirty cup. And it's because if you layered it, layer, it's not so much a dirty cup. It's because it's all mixed in there. When I pour it in there, it's kind of getting mixed a little and layering within. Then that's called a dirty pour. So I just blew out some of the edges with aquarium tubing, my good old handy aquarium tubing. But, oh, H7 retracted one. A top secret open cup. Well, Mike might be too. A little top secret open cup. We've got some top secret ones going too. But that's awesome. I think. So are you selling your split cups on Etsy, or did I see you're doing eBay? We're gonna do Etsy. So yeah. But that's really cool. Let me give you. So there's a couple of different. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, what filament are you using? Resin or filament? Mike's using the PLA. We're trying to stick with the PLA. So it's super awesome. There's so many things that you can 3D print. It's so awesome. It's so fun. Oh, you have your 2 sites. Awesome, awesome. Good. That's so awesome. Good for you. So, all right, PLA. So the PLA is the type of plastic. So the different 3D printers do resin printing or they use the filament. And there's a couple of different kinds of filament. And so we are using the PLA. That's awesome to hear you're using. The PLA is a little bit better for the environment, of course. So awesome. So probably could. On what do you mean, like a painting? So, all right. So now I am going to try to. We're gonna see here if we can do a beach. If we can. So we're going to actually. It'll end up being 2 different. We're gonna put some blues to make kind of the ocean, and then we're gonna do some brown on the bottom. I usually finger swipe my beaches, but we're doing dirty pours today. Oh, thank you. You too, Stacy, for sure. I think that's so many things you can make with the 3D printers. I think it is so awesome. So I can't wait to see everything you make, and I can't wait to share some of our ideas we have going on. Oh, I'm just reaching for the same colors. Let me grab a little bit of more blues here. Some different colors. Some ultramarine blue, some cobalt blue. We don't need that much more blue. And this will be the ocean part. On whatever. Okay. We'll talk. We'll talk. Ah. Yeah. The different the designs on the cups. Yeah, we got a few different designs, and he just got new PLA in the mail earlier today. So we'll have a whole bunch of different colors and everything. So this, I've got a variety of blues. I'm going to do a beach pour. So we're going to do just part of it, and then we're going to get in the sand portion of it here in just a moment. All right. Now we're going to take another cup, and we're going to get some tans and kind of some more sandy colors. Some cream, and that'll be kind of, and it's just abstract, of course. What you having for dinner, Stacy? We got Imperfect Foods for the first time. Have you guys heard of the Imperfect Foods, where you get delivered? It's some foods that maybe they can't sell in the grocery stores for several different reasons. Produce that's kind of different shaped, different, a small, and different reasons that they have that they can't sell this in the grocery store. But you guys heard there's lots of commercials on the Imperfect Foods. Well, we got ours for the first time yesterday, so we've been enjoying. Last night we had some broccolini and some asparagus. The asparagus was huge, so I'm assuming that's why that particular asparagus couldn't be sold in the store. Technically nothing wrong with it, but it was like really thick stalks of asparagus. But that was this is our first time getting the Imperfect Foods, and we really liked it. So tonight they had some smoked chicken sausages. They're kind of like brats, and they've got smoked chicken, feta, and spinach. So we're Mike, being Mike the Greek, he's Greek, he's really excited about. They sound pretty Greek flavoring, so they sound good. So that's what we're going to have tonight. So let me check that chat. That's so Oregon. You have heard of it. Okay. Has anybody done the Imperfect Foods? Wait, I'm Greek, of course. Feta's better than cheddar. Yep. So has anybody done the viral feta recipe with the chunk of feta and you bake it with the cherry tomatoes? I'm sure you guys have seen this viral recipe. We've made it. It's good. We really liked it. So at this point, you can leave this alone. So that is a dirty pour. So that's more of a controlled dirty pour. You can do all kinds of landscapes. You can do mountains. You can do all kinds of stuff. But now at this point, you could leave that alone, or you could put in some beach waves. But I think I'm going to leave this one alone. Let me wipe this one clean. We got a couple of drops on there. Sorry about that one, guys. I hit the tile against the tripod. Sorry. Knock you guys all about. Sorry. Yeah, Mike likes feta on everything, of course. So, all right, we got a lot of blues going on. Let's get some different colors here. Let's get some pinks. How about let's do a dirty pour with some more maybe pinks. So, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Did that startle you? I feel bad. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. I totally banged into the tripod with the tile when I went to wipe it off. So here's some pinks. So this one, let's do, and then I'm going to do a sunset here in just a moment. I'm getting a variety of pinks. Let's do a monochromatic dirty pour. So we're going to only use pinks. So you can also do, you can do a bunch of different colors. You can put silicone. Oh, I know another one. I have silicone in a bunch of greens. I'm going to show you if you put silicone in all the colors. Oh, just kidding. Okay, good. You made me feel bad. So I'm going to show you a monochromatic one. Then I'm going to show you another monochromatic. So this monochromatic only has one color has silicone. Now we're going to do one in just a moment, and all the colors have silicone. I have some greens that all the greens have silicone. Give this one a little shaky. This is a more fluorescent, kind of corally, brighter pink. Then we have some darker magentas. Then we have some baby pinks. Let's go ahead and throw, let's see, across. Let me reach across. Sorry, guys. And we have more of a blush pink. So, and only one color has silicone. And we'll just kind of do a all over kind of dump type. But you can see some cells popping up. So next week we're going to do swipe technique. So I'm going to show a whole bunch of different swipes and different tools that you can swipe with. And so here we have a lot less cells. Now, a couple of those pinks I shook up right before I did it. So we have some air bubbles. So here in just a minute, once I get this all across, we're going to give it a little torch, and we may get a few more cells. Maybe not too many because we don't have too much silicone in this one. But the next one, it'll be greens. We're going to have a bunch of silicone in that one. There's kind of a blob of that one pink in the middle, but that's okay. Let me wipe my hands and grab my torch. So, what have you guys all been up to this week? We went for a little ride here on Sunday. We have a local, it's a wildlife refuge, and it's you stay in your cars, but you drive around in kind of a really big circle. I don't know, it's probably a mile, 2 miles, the big, huge circle, and you check out all of the wildlife there. And so we've gone many a times. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You hang out with us every single time, the whole stream. You're such an awesome support. Everyone is, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All of you guys are such a huge support. I did hit 3,000 subscribers, guys. 3,000 subscribers. I mean, that is like huge to me. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I will be having a giveaway coming up probably early next week, at the beginning of next week. I'll put out a video, but let me make sure my hands are clean. But I'll be giving away this little world's smallest blower because I appreciate you guys. You guys are so awesome. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be giving away early next week because I did hit 3,000 subscribers yesterday. So you can see that one pink really has a lot of cells. We kind of have this blob of pink in the middle. So we could, you know, just to kind of break that up a little. You can see some cells kind of popping up, but it's kind of interesting how that one turned out with just one color with silicone. Now, let me go ahead and move our beachy out of the way a little bit. So those are the type of pores that are going to be in the one Etsy shop, which is full of all kinds of stuff already with those pores. And then all the other pores will be in a different Etsy shop. So, all right, this one we're going to show some greens. But this is I'm going to show you with a bunch of them. They all have silicone. We're going to get a ton of cells. And I'm just randomly, that was mermaid green, cheap paints green light. Then we have some turquoise. We have some Deco Art bluegrass. So got a much needed break from the internet. That's this weekend. I'm going to take a little break from the internet. So I'm excited to take a little break. This one is the Hooker's Green by Cheap Paint, a real dark green. This one is Margarita. I think it's Aileen's brand, or it's kind of an odd brand. I can't remember. Oh, Nicole's. I have it written down, thankfully. It's Nicole's brand, and it's Margarita. So we're just getting a variety of greens, and all these greens have silicone. So yeah, very important every once in a while to have a kind of a internet detox. Super important. So, all right, that's plenty of green, and you can already see the cells popping up in the cup. So watch this explosion. And I know this because I did a pour the other day in these colors. That's all right. So I did a whole set of 4x12 paintings, and I did them all rainbow colors or chakra colors. And so there were a set of 7 monochromatic. So there's a green one, there's a indigo one, there's a red one, an orange one, and the other one. So yeah, I did these greens the other day in those. And let me torch it here in just a moment. But really not as many cells as I thought was going to pop up. Let me get my hands wiped clean. Then I grab my torch. I try to get my hands wiped clean to grab my torch, but sometimes I forget. So that is another dirty pour, another monochromatic one, just like the one before. But the difference with this one is every one of them have silicone. So you're going to see even more still. And these are all 6x6" tiles. They're just ceramic tiles. I get them at Lowe's or Home Depot. Any home improvement store usually has them. Oh, I just looked up. Hey, Lisa, welcome to the chat. Oh, thank you, Janice. Thank you. I'm pouring on 6x6" ceramic tiles, and I haven't done anything to them. I've just cleaned them off with a little bit of an alcohol wipe. Just made sure they were nice and clean. And if you have a Habitat for Humanity's restore, a lot of the Habitat for Humanity's restores do have tile, very, very cheap. They're a great resource for supplies like tiles and things. But unfortunately, our restore quit carrying tiles about a year ago. They don't have an open stock of tiles. So that's really too bad. So, all right. So we're going to try to get one last one. So we've done dirty pours today. We've done dirty pours in a few different with some negative space. So we've done a beach one. We've done where you just went like diagonal. We've done where you just went straight. We've done where you just go all around. So those are what we call a dirty pour. And the next week we'll go over swipes. So let me get these moved out of the way and get a new one there. All right. So this one, I got to take my time layering it in the cup. I got to get a couple of these lids off. It's easier to layer it in the cup the way I want to really control the colors. So we're going to get these clear cups. Be right back. All right. Well, I'm not going to be on too much longer, but all right. So we've got 2 cups. One is going to be a sunset over some water. So we're just going to set 1 cup aside, and we'll do that one in blues. And then this one, we're going to layer them very carefully in with some yellow, then some oranges, and we're going to get to kind of some sunset colors on here. the easiest thing to do is to get the lids off so I can get real nice layers. So I'm getting some lids off of some yellows. I'm getting some lids off of some orange ones. Let me move. And then we'll get them nice and layered up. And so a couple of them do have silicone. Not all of them. Some real nice bright oranges. And some pinks. Oh, you guys can't even barely see that. The cup is so clear. I looked up on the screen. All right, so there's a good variety to start with, and then we'll go on to the pinks. It's hard to get these lids off with some gloves on. But I hope everybody is doing good out there. All right, so we've got some lemon yellow from, it is the cheap paint, lemon yellow. And then their cadmium yellow hue. And I'm actually going to kind of down the side so I get kind of more layers. So that then when I pour it out, it keeps the layers to kind of the sunset going. So I went with the lightest yellow, a little bit brighter yellow, a little bit of orange, a little bit kind of getting a brighter orange, a deeper orange. You know, just like kind of the sunset. Oops, we'll have to wipe that little bit off, but no biggie. Getting into the pinks. And then we'll have to get these moved out of our way. All right. And a little bit of like a darker purpley plum. Throw them at Mike. What? No way. Okay, so we got our purple. We got it. That cup's pretty full. Got our sunset going. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, how are you? Hey, Mr. Doughboy would like that. He's been trying to get me to throw some paint around for a while, throw some stuff for a while. So, all right. So this is another kind of more controlled dirty pour. I want to leave a little bit of room in here. I'm going to go. Yeah. All right, because we want a little bit of beach and such on the bottom. So now we're going to take and just put some blues in this other cup here. I couldn't be trusted with paint. Oh my, why not? So just getting some blues. Yeah, can't waste some good paint. Oh, it makes you giggle every time Mr. Doughboy says that. Yeah. Oh, a good coat of Vaseline. I don't know. I don't really have Vaseline here in the house. I don't use it for much. So that's a good tip. Thank you for sharing that tip. But well, I just reuse everything. I get it all over my gloves and I reuse my gloves over and over and over again. And that's kind of how I try to reuse, kind of save the environment with this. Try not to waste as much paint. I use all my drippings for everything. And reuse your cups over and over and over and over again. So that's kind of how I try to, but yeah, I mean, environmental tips are always, always very good, needed. So now we just got a little bit of water here. So what we're going to end up doing, I can tell, is we're going to end up kind of pouring some of that purple off, but that's okay. Just getting all the edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and blow around a little bit of that paint. I just can't leave it alone. I want to blow it out around. You would hit Mike with the paint. Oh my. That's funny. Yeah, we definitely will have to think of some plans as we get some nicer weather. I'm thinking maybe getting a little kiddie pool, taking it outside to kind of throw some paint around and kind of contain it within that kiddie pool. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this blue. Actually, I think I have a little bit more in the cup that I can get it. Because we're just missing this very edge here, but we can kind of help it down there. So today we did dirty pours. And as you can see, you can do dirty pours in all different ways. So these are just, of course, abstract. A super soaker, yes. The only problem is the super soaker. Yeah, I could use silicone instead of Vaseline, but I don't know how well silicone really is for the skin either. But just kind of blowing lines because I could tell that some of that plum and that darker color was underneath. So I'm just kind of blowing some lines with that to pull up some of that darker color. So it didn't completely get off. But so yeah, super soaker. The only thing is you could layer the paint in there. But what I'm thinking would be even better is I'm just gonna go to the Dollar Tree and get like a whole package of those really just cheapo squirt guns. And so I can put a bunch of paint in those cheapo squirt guns and not have to really worry about it and stuff. And this summer, maybe paint something with some of those cheapo ones. But here I'm talking about saving the environment. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go get these little plastic, but hopefully I'll be able to reuse them over and over again and stuff. But yeah, I was thinking about getting some little squirt guns and trying some sort of pouring with some squirt guns. Yes, definitely. That would be fun. Oh, looks like a masterpiece. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about is one-time use. I hate getting stuff for just one time. Your face is considered abstract. Oh my. I think all of our faces are considered abstract, I would assume. Every one of us. That's what makes us all unique. But that's what I would hate with the squirt guns is like them getting clogged and one-time use. I hate one-time use anything. I really try to stay away from that. So I'll have to check them out and see, try to find ones that are a little bit more durable, maybe thin the paint down quite a bit. And if I did, because you could mix and do certain techniques with a little bit more thin down paint. And I think that would, help out a little bit. Van Gogh, yes. Mike refuses to be the surface for the squirt gun, though, guys. No, I was thinking getting a canvas or something, putting it into a kiddie pool or something like that. So today we did dirty pours. We've got all kinds of variety of dirty pours here, guys. I do want to show you guys. Let me tip the camera just slightly. So this green one, look at that green one, all the cells that have popped up on it. Sorry, guys. So there's our variety today. So that was seven paint pours today. So I do have a bunch of canvases that hopefully if Michaels will deliver them. They keep saying that they're on the way out for delivery. So I'm supposed to be getting canvases tomorrow now. So next week we will do swipes. And it should be on a variety of surfaces. We'll do some swipes on some tiles. We'll do some swipes on some canvases. We'll do some swipes with palette knives. We'll do some swipes with plastic, with copy paper, with a wet paper towel, with a dry paper towel. I'm going to show you all kinds of different ways you can do a swipe. Yes, thank you guys so much. Turn Mike into a zebra. Yes, that would be awesome. Yeah, it'd be worth a try. That's what I was thinking. It would be something fun to kind of experiment with. And if it works out, I'll let you guys know. And I think it would be a fun something to do with the kiddos this summer, maybe. Would be a fun thing the kids might like to squirt up a canvas or something. So if any of you guys have some kids or some grandkids, that might be a fun project to do with them. So yeah, so this today we did dirty pours. Next week we're going to do swipes. The following week we're going to do like tree ring pours. And then maybe some string pulls, chain pulls. I haven't really planned it out too much, but we've still got so many techniques to get through. So we will be doing techniques for the next 6 to 7 weeks or so, some of the major techniques, and I know there's hundreds, so we won't get to all of them. And I'm just showing you how I do it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. Just paint. That's all you need to do is just paint. So I hope I'm helping you guys, giving you some tips and tricks, but there's no wrong way to do it. So yeah. Let me know if you guys have any questions, because I will be getting off of here just a moment. I'll give you guys a moment. If you happen to have any questions, go ahead and ask. If you think of any questions later, you can question them in the comments. You can send me any questions on other platforms, wherever you would like. Let me know if you have any questions. So, oh yes, thank you, Stacy. You love that beach one. Thank you. That's what I've been concentrating. I've been kind of concentrating on the beach ones. You can tell in my Etsy shop, Whimsy Creek Boutique, a lot of beach pours. I can't get enough of the beach pours. I want to go to the beach so bad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that it was helpful and you enjoyed the tips. And I'm so thankful for you guys. And thank you guys, every single one of you. You guys are awesome support. I love our little kind of community we have here. It's just so fun. Thank you guys all for hanging out. You got a question? Okay. Mr. Doughboy, what is your question? Can you drink the paint? Well, you might be having some issues afterwards. Oh, no, no, no. I knew it. I knew when you said you had a question, it was going to be some sort of silliness like that. Disposable ponchos. Yeah, we might need some of those disposable ponchos if we want to do some of the ideas that you've been coming up with, Mr. Doughboy. We will definitely need some ponchos. But I knew it was going to be a silly, goofy question. As soon as you said I got a question, I knew it would be. It's fun. It's awesome to have you. Thank you guys so much, giving us Mr. Doughboy always coming in to give us a good laugh. Real quickly, I'm going to show you guys. I see real quick. Look at those drips right there. Oh my gosh, those are so pretty. I'm going to be able to make some things with that. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. So I will be right after this dipping some stuff in there and getting those drips. Those are pretty. Ponchos and Dollar Tree mops. Yes, I can see that in our future. Do not drink the paint. No, no, no. All right, guys. You know what? Okay, so you're feeling overwhelmed by how many techniques, and I totally, totally get that. So you know what you do? Concentrate on one. Concentrate on one technique for a while. We did dirty pour, and you can do it in so many varieties of the way and really learn on that technique. And then once you've mastered that technique, you can kind of, but I would say flip cup, dirty pour, those are all really basic, good beginner techniques. It's really always just learning about how your paint works together and getting the right consistency of paint. Then once you have the right consistency of paint, you can work on adding all kinds of techniques. But I know it can be super overwhelming. There is so many techniques. So a flip cup, which I did last week's live stream, I did a whole bunch of flip cups. That's a great beginner one. Oh, yes, you're just coming in, Carla. Yes, I've been live. I was actually just getting off of here. How have you been, Carla? Yes, I'm doing lives again. 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday. We've been kind of doing a live class. So we've been going over different techniques. We did a couple of weeks where we talked about pouring mediums. We compared silicones. So yeah, I've been back live. I took a break from being live for quite a few months, longer than I wanted to be. But how have you been? We're doing good here. Still quarantined, under doctor's orders, staying home. I have no immune system, so we're just making the most of it. You do flip cup about 90% of the time. So awesome. Yeah, just master one technique. It can get very overwhelming because there is thousands of techniques and different just variations of that same technique. So you can just work on different variations of flip cups. And then you can always then add a new, after you're super comfortable with that technique, then learn a new technique. But don't try to learn all the techniques at once. It is going to super overwhelm you. So just try to master one at a time. So yes, awesome. Great to see you, Carla. Yeah, I was actually kind of getting off of here. Oh, I am so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that sounds definitely rough there. Oh, I'll keep you in our thoughts. I really will. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's been a tough one for a lot of people. Unfortunately, so many people have lost loved ones. But your mom, that's a big impact, a big loss. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, yeah, it's been rough everywhere. I bet. That's super rough. That is. I can only imagine. I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's tough. But yeah, I've been going live for a couple of weeks. I think it's our 7th week, so I'm just doing one a week on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, we've missed you, so I'm glad to see you pop up in chat, see how you're doing. But just Tara, I'm so sorry to hear about that. So hopefully, I know sometimes for some people, painting and getting into their artwork is really therapeutic. And I know some of the grief centers around here even teach some paint pouring and some paint classes at the grief centers. So hopefully you've been able to kind of get creative and kind of put some of that into some artwork, because for not everyone, of course, everybody grieves differently. So but yeah, I know for a lot of people, art and painting and just having that creativity is kind of a helpful in that times. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard. So sorry. But so good to see you, and I'm glad you did pop in. So I hope to see you, coming weeks on Wednesdays. But we're just kind of same old group of people just chatting. Everybody, I'm letting everybody ask questions as we're going through, and we're right now just working through different techniques. So next week, I'm going to talk all about the swipe technique. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of different swipes, and we'll be doing it on a variety canvas, on tiles. Last week we did a variety canvas and tiles. This week we did just 7 tiles. So I have been on here. I've been trying to keep them to about 45 minutes. So now we're a little over an hour. So I do need to get going, but I feel kind of bad getting going. You just got in here. But so great to see you. So, but I will be putting a couple more videos out this week. And then we'll be back live next Wednesday. So I am going to go ahead and get off here, guys. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. I hope you have an awesome weekend. And oh, thank you. Thank you. So, all right, guys, it was awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You guys are all so amazing, so awesome. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really, truly do appreciate you guys. So, thank you so much. And you guys have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. And be the change you want to see in the world, guys. So important. Every day that saying gets more and more important and more impactful. Please be the change you want to see in the world. So, all right, guys, have an awesome one. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Yep, you never know. Everything happens for a reason. All right, guys, have a good one.